as of now, I'm working at Valuefy. I have recently started Match My Resume, which has been my first SaaS product. So before joining Valuefy, I have worked at Knolskape, and previously before joining Knolskape, I have worked at StackPro. That was a 3 months of remote internship. So that's where I realized no, something is going wrong. Something hasn't been right. I mean, when I looked from my side, it was all right, but I didn't look from the HR perspective or the company's perspective. That was the first mistake. Yeah, as a student, I might not know things, so I thought of joining so that I can know the perspective of the other side. It's been exactly 1 year, I should say. Right. September. Yeah, and I joined last year September. The first thing you highlighted was the resume. It should be modified accordingly. So that's the first thing which I did. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating, but within 15 days, I got my internship. So then after that, within 3 months, I got placed with the Bangalore company which I mentioned. So there, yeah, the package was double. Yeah, everything was just a kind of dream one. So yeah, that's what I should say. My experience. Yeah, I didn't expect that I would get replies in within 1 month, but yeah, thankfully you helped me to modify my resume, and within 10 days, I just got around 9 to 10 interviews. Yeah, almost. I mean, I just had like one interview for each day. So that was, even I was surprised. I mean, I knew the time period was restriction and companies were not hiring. I heard many things. But yeah, it's just up to us where we should be confident. Where yeah, that's where I realized whatever the situation is, if we are good at what we are doing, we will get the calls.
Hello everyone, this is Anil Hussain from InterviewCall. Today we have with us Abhinay Reddy, who has been into back-to-back internships in the last year and is now a full-stack web developer at Valuefy, which is a Mumbai-based organization which is doing really great. So today he is going to introduce himself, how his journey was from college to these companies in the intern profile as well as the full-stack web development profile. So in this current market, when everyone is going after FANG and MAANG companies, Abhinay chose startups over these FANG and MAANG companies, which pay equally good and do have a great learning curve in the career path. Also, we do have a big surprise by the end of this podcast, so stay tuned. So, yeah, Avina, over to you. Please let the audience know about how you did in your first year and second year and how you got those internships, and also what are you currently doing.
First of all, I would like to thank you for such a great introduction. Bhaiya, yeah, I call him Bhaiya. So yeah, as you mentioned, as of now, I'm working at Valuefy, a Mumbai-based organization, and I'm working as an SDE software developer, where my role has been a backend developer. So, and along with that, I have recently started Match My Resume, which has been my first SaaS product, and it's been live. So I'm very happy to announce it there. And coming to my past, as you mentioned, I have done many internships. I've done so many, but yeah, there are quite four, like five internships. So before joining Valuefy, I have worked at Knolskape. It's been of 6 months, just from January to July. So that's the internship that recently I have completed. And previously, before joining Knolskape, I have worked at StackPro. That was a 3 months of remote internship, which was a Bangalore-based startup. And previously, before joining StackPro, I worked at Laserpay, which was a blockchain company, which I've just worked for 2 months. And before joining Laserpay, I worked at Blockmatrix IT Solutions, which was also a blockchain company, where I joined as a blockchain intern. There I worked on interaction between backend and front end and the blockchain parts. So yeah, these are my internship experiences.
So currently you are doing it full time at Valuefy, and also you are running your own SaaS product, which is obviously Match My Resume. Do go and check that out. And so, Avina, I want to know, there has been a lot of differences when it comes to choosing a startup and choosing a company. And you also know there is a lot of craze going on around FANG and MAANG companies, both here in India as well as in abroad, in US, in Dublin, in United Kingdom, and all those locations. So, what do you personally feel is the difference, and why does this difference, come by when you are choosing these companies? Aren't both of them offering a lot to the candidates? What do you feel is a major difference in both these routes, and what should the candidate choose at the moment?
Yeah, so this point, yeah, even I have been through this point of choosing an FANG or startup. So this question basically, yeah, if I want to answer this, I need to go back to 4 years where we were before COVID era. So where 2019 or 18, where we were not having those many startups. We were only having the FANG. So at that point of time, yeah, that was right. We were focusing on FANG and that was a right decision. But once we had this COVID era, we have seen many startups erupting, and yeah, right now there are many startups which have been got into the space at the COVID era. So after that, now if we look at the startups, they are providing almost equal to FANG, what, let it be package or let it be the facilities or whatever. So as of right now, if I want to answer this, I would say yeah, there are of same standard coming to package or coming to facilities. But yeah, obviously we know the brand value which we see Google, Meta, they have their brand value, so that's something they have, or these startups might take time to reach that standard. But other than that, coming to facilities, yeah, coming to packages, I have my friends working at startups and banks. So if I look at the package, there is no much difference. Both of them are earning the same. And coming to work culture, yeah, nothing much. Same in the FANG or same in the startup. But I would say that coming to startups, we learn a lot. I mean, as we grow, as the company grows, we are with the startup. So we see the growth with our eyes. But coming to FANG, it's just they are already well established. They're already on the top. So we don't see any growth there. We are just with it, but yeah, we don't find. But coming to startups, every feature, everything you see it there. So I feel coming to learning part, yeah, startups have their name there. And other than that, yeah, as I mentioned, package, yeah, almost both are offering the same. And other facilities, yeah, we know that yeah, Microsoft, Google, they have their campuses, some big campuses. Yeah, if someone are looking for that kind of thing, yeah, FANG might be a good choice. But as I say, if learning is something your choice, or if something like yeah, growth, if you go for the FANG, you won't see, I mean, yeah, you see the growth, but it's faster in startups
Hmm.
because yeah, you learn things and you will see a rapid growth. So
So
the
I have also seen a recent senior. He is also an instructor
hmm.
at InterviewCall. So I learned from him in Microsoft. He has been for approximately 4 to 5 years right
Hmm.
now, and it has been a monotonous journey for him in the last 6 to 8 months because the product that he is working on
Hmm.
right now is a stable product.
Hmm.
So it does not require much, innovation.
Hmm.
They just need to maintain that
Maintain.
product all the way, and that is something which does not interests a lot in the longer
Hmm.
run.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they need to do something innovative. They
No.
need to add some
Hmm.
more features into that particular legacy
Yeah.
product. So I think in that
Hmm.
perspective, startups are far better because you have a lot of scope of
Hmm.
improvements, which if you are pitching it to a company, a big company like Microsoft, Google,
Hmm.
or something like that, it would take a lot of time for that feature to be actually
Actually,
executed,
yeah.
right? So yeah, definitely startups are great. And I also want to ask one more question. If we talk about stability,
Hmm.
so we have seen a lot of recessions
Yeah.
till
Oh.
this time
Hmm.
period. In 2023, even in 2022, it started back
Yeah.
in
Hmm.
2022 in the months of September,
Yeah.
November, in that time period when Amazon started it with, I think,
No.
15,000 or
Yeah.
20,000
Hmm.
layoffs. So, what do you feel is a stability difference right now in startups and FANG companies? Because FANG companies have started hiring again,
Yeah.
not in that rate, that was back in 2022,
Hmm.
but they have started hiring again. So, what do you think is the difference in stability between both these type of companies?
Yeah. So if I want to say as a fresher, as a person who is graduating right now, so I would say it's better to focus on startups. The reason is, as this is a career starting point, obviously if you go to the fan companies, you will get into a comfort zone where you get everything, you are at some your dream company and you get relaxed. So that's something not a good choice as of a fresher. But if you get into a startup, you learn things, you make yourself better. So once you get at some point that yes, I have learned many things, so that's when yeah, that's fine, you then you shift to a fan company and get relaxed. But as of now, as a fresher, yeah, so startups need to be focused more.
Got it. So, Avinay, I would like to ask you about your preparation part. Like, a lot of people apply to startups, and you also know, I also know, they look a lot into development. It's not just DSA or it's not just design, the LLD part specifically, but they look a lot into development part, which a lot of MAANG companies, FANG companies overlook in the rounds, because there is no round in which there is a project based, domain check if they have actually know that particular domain that they have used in that particular project. There is no project specific round in MAANG companies. There is only DSA round. Either there is also LLD round, machine coding round that we call, and finally you have the HR round or the hiring manager round. That's it. But in startups, even the first round is also a development based round, a technical round, where if it's a MERN stack a role, they would ask you about maybe React or maybe Express or something like that. So, what do you feel like? What exactly helped you get these offers? How did you learn, and even how did you apply to these companies? What exact method did you follow that helped you land these interview calls? So I want to know about that, and I am pretty sure the audience also wants to know about that.
So yeah, in fact, my journey started a bit late, I should say, because until 12th, I didn't even knew the languages. I didn't even knew HTML existence. Or I used to hear some names in some online, and I was just like, okay, there's just some names. So I didn't even knew their existence. And then when I came into first year, it started, and I didn't had my laptop in the first year, so everyone were having. But I was kind of theory wise, I was learning theory wise, but I didn't had any practical thing. So when it came to second year, so that's when I realized I should have a laptop. So I asked my parents, so then I got a laptop. Before that, I used to have a previous old laptop which wasn't working as of current standards. So once after getting it, so then I realized the development, I mean, I had options, but I choose development because that was easier at that point, and new, and as a fresher, as a new learner, so that was the simplest part. So once I started development, so I started HTML, these things. So after that, at that point of time in 2022 when I started, I found React was on the boom. React was on, even right now it's the top used language. So then when I got into React part, and then I had a bit link connection with the blockchain. So when I combined both of them, when I learned both of them, so that was a rare thing which no one had at that point of time, because blockchain was just coming out. So that was a thing which I would say everyone would should look at. They should have something common, fine, but they should have something unique, which is rare. But the jobs are existing, but which is rare. So that's one point which I would like to highlight, that have something unique, some domain which is unique. So at my case, I had blockchain at that part, so which I just prepared just for 15 days, and that's it. So I just got my first internship within 15 days of thing. So, and after that, that went on. So that was my first internship. So from there I realized doing projects is one of the most important thing to get into startups. Not the fan, coming to startups, projects, let it be in the beginning stage, fine, you go through YouTube, just watch tutorial, fine. But slowly start learning to build on own, start learning to have your own ideas, and start building on own. So this makes the resume stand out of the other resumes. Obviously when HR sees the resume, or anyone sees, they will understand that this project has been copied, or this project has been just took from somewhere. And if that's something unique, obviously they will come to know that this guy has done something on his own. Let it be easy or tough, fine, but it should be something new which is not there. So this is something, as a fresher, as a student, we need to figure it out. So this is, and after that, the other main important thing, applying same resume for all the jobs. So this you have mentioned before when I was under you. So that's one of the mistake everyone does. So that's something we need to check it out. Like just apply according to the job description, change the resume according to the job description, which is one of the important part. So that's where the difference comes, where the others and you, that's where the difference matters, where your resume is modified according to the job description, and Yeah, so that's where obviously the ATS, when it checks, we know that uh, it matches the skills according to the job description. So we need to take care of it. So that's one of the main thing which I would like to highlight to get into startups. So even in a tough situation, that's one thing which would help a lot. And other than that, and yeah, as I mentioned, projects should be kind of unique, and coding profiles, as yeah, as a startups they might not focus, but if it comes to FANG or some a big product based company, yes, they do care of them. So it's kind of, I should say, balancing is important. If because it's not good just focusing on startup, or in the same way it's not good just focusing on a big product based company. So it's just good to balance it them. So if you are good in making projects, have them. At the same time, make sure you have a decent coding profile. So as you mentioned, in the startups they focus on development part. It's not just development, they also focus on DSA, as we know. So it's in order to crack even a startup, if you have development skills, yeah, that's perfect. But they should also have a decent of DSA, just the basics. I mean, yeah, at least binary search, the basic things. So that's kind of important. So yeah, the balancing is important. That's what I should say.
Got it. So, as you said, modifying the resume according to the job description. Majority of people, they actually do modify the resume according to the job description, but it's not relevant for their profile. If someone is machine learning engineer, if I suggest them to modify their resume for a web development role, they might modify the resume, but will they be getting the interview call? Obviously no,
No.
right? So you need to make sure that in the longer run, you are doing the thing that you love. If you are doing the thing that you love, if you love machine learning, if you are doing it for 1 or 2 year or 3 or 4 year of your college, obviously you are ahead of 99% of the people when you will be reaching your 4th year, right? So that's what one should look up to whenever they are starting their college. They should explore the domains, and the domain that they like, they should explore it more and more in depth. And they should be doing it for 1, 2, 3 year or 4 year, whatever time is left by the graduation. They should do it, and that's how they will be getting the best offer in that particular domain.
Yeah, I would say exactly. So yeah, I mean, as a fresher, as a first year or second year student, no one should stick to one thing, obviously, because there are many things in this current space. So let it be AI, let it be web, or let it be blockchain, data science, yeah, many things. So as a student, yeah, everyone should try all of them.
Right.
They have time, obviously there are 4 years. So let them, like, let's assume the first year has gone, enjoyment, obviously the college life, the first year excitement. But coming to second year, yeah, that's where they have 3 years of time. So they can explore, they should explore, in fact. So once after that, yeah, as you mentioned, they will find one thing which they enjoy. So in my case, I found web development one thing. At the same time, yeah, blockchain has been my interest. So where I started working on them, on those things. I have tried AI machine learning also, but I found I didn't find it,
That did not interest you.
yeah,
That
interest me, or I wasn't able to proceed with it. I tried it, but yeah, I wasn't able to proceed with it. So that's why, as I said, yeah, my SaaS product, the Match My Resume, that has AI thing, but as I mentioned, I haven't been to AI, so I haven't used AI models. I have used other APIs. So yeah, so start doing all the things and figure it out which you love. So from there, obviously, make sure the resume and the jobs you apply align for what you have done. Sometimes, yeah, you have done web development and you apply for machine learning job, so that wouldn't work out, obviously.
Right.
The HR or the company looks for the projects, obviously looks for the other things which align for them. So even if, yeah, as you mentioned, even if we add the skills, even if we modify the resume, that doesn't
Won't
make
work.
much difference. Yeah.
So basically, it's like if someone is, a machine learning engineer, they should be obviously filtering the
Jobs
jobs that
accordingly.
way and then apply. That would help them fetch more opportunities, more interview calls in that case. So, Abhinay, I would like to know, you have been in sales for all previously. And obviously you have got into so many
Yeah.
companies, you have got so many interview calls. I would like to know about your experience that, actually matters because we have trained a lot of students. Many of them have got into big companies. Many of them actually followed those strategies, and that helped them. So I would like to know about about your journey with CS4, about your feedback on the strategies that we have been implementing for the last 2 years, and
Yeah.
we will be implementing in the coming
Mhm.
years as well. So I would like to know about that. What do you feel about those strategies? Do they actually work, or is it all
Yeah.
all bluff?
So yeah, as I'm from 2024 batch, my placement started it in fourth year. I mean 2023. So obviously I was kind of over. What do you say? I mean I was overconfident. I should say at some point that I had done this much DSN, this much development. So I was hoping that I would just right away get my job. So yeah, our placement season started at July. So I was hoping that I would. So the first day gone, the companies came, but I was not shortlisted. In the same way, 1 week gone, no shortlisting. 1 month gone, no shortlisting. So that's where I realized no, something is going wrong. Something hasn't been right. I mean, when I looked from my side, it was all right. But yeah, I didn't look it from the other perspective. Obviously, as a student, I looked from my side, but I didn't look from the HR perspective or the company's perspective. That was the first mistake. So then, yeah, as I followed you on LinkedIn, so I came through the post where you posted of CS for all. So I thought, like, okay, I have tried for 1 month or 1.5 month, and from my side, I didn't find any mistake. So I thought, okay, let's join this. So I might know some things which I can't see, but as a student, I might not know things. So I thought of joining so that I can know the perspective of the other side. So there I joined. So around, I think it's been exactly 1 year, I should say. Right. September. Yeah, I joined last year September. So I joined. So yeah, the first thing you highlighted was the resume. The resume should be on to the point, and yeah, it should be modified accordingly. So that's the first thing which I did. Yeah, after joining, that's the first thing I did. So yeah, I'm not exaggerating, but within 15 days, I got my internship. So yeah, I was too happy. I mean, yeah, I was just overwhelmed. Yeah, I didn't had any words because that was such a thing. But as you said, as yeah, the other team member said, I deserved something better. I mean, what I got was not up to the mark. I deserved something better. So you pushed me that yeah, work still hard. I mean, yeah, parallelly do the internship, but yeah, you have that capability. So then again, I worked. So then after that, within 3 months, I got placed with the Bangalore company, which I mentioned. So there, yeah, the package was double. Yeah, everything was just a kind of dream one. So yeah, that's what I should say. My experience, yeah.
Right. So right now, Vinay, as we are moving forward to our next step, CS for all, we are done with that. Obviously, there are a lot of things coming in CS for all in the longer run. But right now, as we are currently in interview call, and as I mentioned to all of our learners previously, that we do have a very big surprise coming by the end of the podcast. So Avinay is going to be one of our major mentors here at Interview Call Dot Club, obviously, and he is going to help you a lot in your resume building part specifically. Along with that, the strategies to get the interview calls, all these things, he will help you out in everything. So Avinay, I would like to know it from your end as well, like how are we planning all these things, how are we going to do these things in the interview call dot club?
So yeah, firstly, I would like to thank you, Bhaiya, because I was one person who was admiring you when I joined. So right now I'm in front of you, which obviously feels like a dream at some point. So yeah, so as I mentioned, so yeah, after coming to yeah resume, the main thing, the main part, the resume. So I will be joining as yeah one-on-one mentorship, which in that case, as I just graduated, so I have seen even I face the issue, even I have seen my friends facing issue. So yeah, I have a kind of idea of where the things are going wrong or where the things can be made right. So that I would like, I think I can help in that part.
Right.
And coming to mock interviews, uh, as I said, after the Bangalore internship, I had 1 month of time. So where I didn't expect that I would get replies in within 1 month. But yeah, thankfully you helped me to modify my resume. And within 10 days, I just got around 9 to 10 interviews. Yeah, almost. I mean, I just had like one interview for each day. So that was, even I was surprised. I mean, I knew the time period was recession and companies were not hiring. I heard many things. But yeah, it's just up to us where we should be confident. Where yeah, that's where I realized whatever the situation is, if we are good at what we are doing, we will get the calls. So that's where the mentorship or one-on-one mock interviews. So that's where I can help a bit from my side.
And there are a lot of programs where we see help in DSA. There are a lot of teaching assistants, but we don't see a proper mentor who is guiding in the development part, who tells you what exactly you should be doing under the project section, what exactly you should be adding up on it, to make it more unique, because a lot of people copy the project from YouTube or copy a GitHub repository as such and put that into their resume, which is not exactly the right way to move forward. So definitely the modern day programs need people need mentors even in the development part, which is not very seen very in abundant amount. So it's seen very very rarely. So
I would, in that point, basically, if we see other edtech companies where there are people who are guiding, but the thing is, all of them are seniors and they are on their level. But when it comes to the our point of view, they have their own point of view. But that might help at some point. But when it comes to mock interviews or one-on-one sessions, which as a same level student, as a same level person which just graduated right now, we understand our own things. Right. I mean, seniors, they have their own points, but when it comes to these points, we feel the struggle. I came just now, so I have seen the struggle. So for my fellow juniors, so I understand that struggle. And coming to projects, I know how my friends copied that. Even I copied at my beginning stages. So I realized that wouldn't help for a longer run. For a longer run, you should build something on your own, where you should have your own idea on your own process. Just let it be small, whatever, but on your own. So this is something which you won't get everywhere. So I mean, whatever we name. So everywhere they just say that add projects, add this, add do this certification, do that. But the thing is, it should be specific. It should be clear that if you say just add a project, as a student, even I heard when I was in second year, just add projects. I just copied them from YouTube, but it didn't help me. It didn't work out for a longer run. So that's where, this mentorship or this same level of as a senior or as a just person graduated right now, I can, which I can understand or which I can add a value for it.
Got it. So learning should come up naturally in this case. It shouldn't be copied. It should be something of your own which you have made and you understand it in depth. You understand the domain in depth. So Vinay, it was a great talk altogether. And everyone here, as I said earlier, Abhinay is going to be one of our major mentors here at InterviewCall.club. So if you are looking forward to get interviews from be it any MAANG company or be it any good startup here in India or in US or any other countries, definitely you can get those interview calls at interviewcall.club. So thank you once again, Abhinay. Thank you for coming in for this in-person podcast. Had a great talk with you and looking forward to have you in the team in the longer run and help a lot of candidates moving forward. Thank you once again, Abhinay.
Thank you, Bhaiya. I would like to say I would add a value for the team and make students achieve their goals. Thank you.